The recovery crew found her standing barefoot in the frozen crater, smiling unharmed and looking straight at them, though the ship's logs confirmed every passenger had died hours before impact. They weren't supposed to find anyone. The wreckage spanned 3 kilometers, melted hull plates, torn metal, and bodies fused into the earth by re-entry fire. Emergency drones had scanned it twice before the boots even hit the soil. No signs of life. But as the third sweep team pushed past the half-collapsed intake corridor, their lights caught something upright in the ash. A figure, small, feminine, standing barefoot on scorched plating. Her skin was pale, cheeks flushed from cold, but her posture was relaxed, and she was smiling. The lead medic barked a warning. Weapons were half-raised, but the girl only tilted her head. "You're late," she said, her voice calm, too calm. They wrapped her in thermals, checked vitals, normal. No radiation burns. No fractures. She didn't even shiver. Yet the crash should have killed anything inside. Every survival chamber had failed. The pilot's remains were barely human. The flight log's last entry screamed about heat shield failure and structural collapse. She shouldn't exist. Command rerouted transport for immediate quarantine. She went willingly, humming something soft as they airlifted her out. No ID chip. No record of boarding. Just her name, whispered once to the youngest medic leaning close with a scanner. He heard it. No one else did. And hours later, he requested leave, eyes unfocused, hands trembling. "She knew me," he kept muttering. "She called me by name." But the two had never met. She wasn't in any crew manifest. When the black box was finally decrypted, the data sent chills through the ops division. For minutes before the crash, internal cameras had captured a strange power surge in the main corridor. Lights failed. Doors unlocked. And in one frame, just one, a figure flickered into view. Standing still, watching the passengers scramble. She was smiling then too. Same smile. Same eyes. But her feet weren't touching the floor. They ran facial scans across every known registry, civilian, military, alien, black market databases. Nothing. Her features were unmistakable. Those wide silver-gray eyes, the delicate slope of her cheekbones, and that slight, eerie smile, but no matches. Not even close. The recovery team was debriefed in isolation. 2 of them didn't show up to their psych evaluations. One was found at the edge of the hangar bay, curled up, whispering apologies to no one. The other? He'd vanished entirely, access logs erased, personal quarters left untouched. The medic who'd heard her name was transferred under high-order override. He never spoke again. In the deep analysis lab, a quiet discovery surfaced. A hidden file, encrypted and nearly erased, buried in the black box's last data stack. It was a voice recording. Faint, fragmented, but clear enough to make out one word repeated 3 times in a child's voice. Asterisk, help, help, help. Asterisk. The girl in containment didn't flinch when they played it. Just watched. Then, as if to confirm their worst fears, she leaned toward the mirrored glass and said softly, "He asked for help." I answered. No one had told her about the recording. And then the footage started disappearing. Camera feeds from her room began glitching out, wiped clean after each shift. AI logs rewritten. Logs said she slept, yet one junior analyst saw a flash of her face in the background of a different recovery zone 2 sectors away. At the same time, they ran a quantum tag trace. Something horrifying surfaced. This girl, or something wearing her form, had been logged aboard 5 other ships over the last 40 years. All crashes, all complete losses. No survivors. Except her. Always the same age. Same face. Same silence. And in every crash site, one phrase scrawled in burn marks or blood, always in the native language of whoever found her. Asterisk, asterisk, I stayed behind. Some began to believe she wasn't a passenger at all. She was a witness. A presence. Maybe punishment. Or maybe some ancient, forgotten echo of mercy that walked through fire and metal to hold the hand of someone dying, and refused to leave until it was over. They moved her to a deep vault, beneath the moon's crust, sealed under alloy older than Earth itself. No windows. No doors that opened without 10 layers of clearance. But she didn't resist. In fact, she thanked them as they sealed the final bulkhead. "It's quieter down here," she said, folding her hands in her lap. The guards rotated every 6 hours. No one lasted longer. Some complained of dreams, others of missing time. One swore she had spoken to him through the walls, even though logs showed she never moved. They stopped recording her room. Not because they didn't want to, but because the footage wouldn't hold. Every video degraded within minutes, overwritten with flickering static or, more disturbingly, echoes of the last ship's final minutes. It was the young engineer assigned to the atmospheric filters who finally saw her again, outside the vault. He swore she was standing at the edge of the auxiliary hangar during a blackout. When lights returned, she was gone, but his handprint was scorched into the panel beside her. Exactly like the burn pattern on the inside of her original containment cell. Exactly like the one left in the first crash. Then came the miracle. A distress beacon from a colony world. No chance of survival. Meteor strike. Ground rupture. Entire city gone. But when rescue teams arrived, they found one building intact. And inside, 11 survivors. Children. Shielded by a strange magnetic field no one could explain. On the wall, smeared in ash, a child had written, "She told us not to be afraid." The girl in the vault was found back in her room afterward, seated calmly, dirt on her bare feet, eyes closed as if resting. She said only one thing when the commander demanded answers. "I go where I'm needed. You just remembered me this time." And when they checked the logs, truly checked them, her presence traced back further than anyone thought. She had been seen before. On Earth. In flame. In famine. In flood. Always silent. Always watching. Sometimes smiling. Maybe not to save everyone, but always to save someone. Even if just one. Even if no one remembered after.